Night Football. Tonight we're in Tibodaux, Louisiana at Tibodaux High School Stadium for a bi-district playoff between the 7 Quad A runner-up Baker Buffaloes and the 8 Quad A champions Tibodaux Tigers. Baker comes into tonight's contest with an 8-2 overall record. They're 4-1 in their district. Tibodaux comes in with an 8-2 record, 5-0 in their district. Baker and Tibodaux met back in the 4th game of the regular season, which the Buffaloes came away with a 29-14 victory. Since that time, both of these teams have improved vastly. Of course, Tibodaux playing in a very tough district down here with the likes of South Lafourche, Central Lafourche, of course, Assumption, and I think South Terrebonne's also in their district. I'm Sid Gautreaux along with John Brown. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play tonight. John will be here with the color commentation and have some statistics for us. John, you got any comments before we get underway?
Well, it's a beautiful night. Had a lot of fans come over from Baker to follow the Buffaloes. There's a lot of excitement. The stands, of course, are packed with Tibodaux Tiger fans, and there's a lot of electricity in the air. Both teams look like they're anxious to meet once again. It's interesting to have two teams that had played each other in the regular season faced each other in the first round. So both of them have a little bit to show. Maybe Tibodaux that they didn't play their best game in Baker, and perhaps Baker to say, well, we can do it to you again.
Well, here come the Buffaloes. Buffaloes coming out on the field. John, Tibodaux won the toss. They've elected to receive. Buffaloes, of course, be kicking off.
Well, so far, Sid, the strength of our team has been in the defense, so we're going to see early on what's going to happen, strength against strength.
But John, as you stated earlier, Baker has the best defensive team in 7 Quad A, and really, I don't, in the regular season games, I didn't see any club that we played that had any defense to really match the Buffaloes as far as defense is concerned.
Well, the big question mark has been the entire season what the offense is going to do. The defense, as you pointed out, hasn't allowed more than 2 touchdowns by any team all year long. So if the offense can get out there and put some points on the board, then it's going to be a tough night for Tibodaux if the defense plays up to its capabilities.
We got a beautiful night for football. Field looks like it's in good shape. We had some hard rains up in Baker earlier in the week. But talking to the people and officials down here in Tibodaux, they said that they really didn't get that much rain, like the 7- and 8-inch rains that we got back home. But field looks in good shape. As we walked across it before, prior to this contest, it seemed to me like it was in excellent shape. And we've got a nice night for football. The temperature right now is down in the 60s. It should get down to near 55, 56 degrees before the night's contest over with. We set to kick this thing off. Audie Miller has it teed up at the 35, and we're fixing to get this game underway. Kickoff's going down. Left defensive end, number 44, Timmy Breeden. Pick up a 5 yards on a play out to about the 44. Right defensive end is going to be number 65 for the Buffaloes, Fred McGee. Linebackers for the night, for the Buffaloes, number 40, Anthony McCurdy, number 33, Steve Jernigan. At the corners, the number 6, Reggie Hilliard, number 25, Roderick Coffey, and the safeties, number 29, Ron Kimulke, and number 20, Ben Gautreaux. 2nd and 5 for Tibodaux. Draw play. Tibodaux moving the ball well. Gets out into cross midfield down to the Buffalo 47-yard line. Brings enough for a Tibodaux first down. Number 41, Chad Richardson, replacing number 40, Anthony McCurdy in the ball game, and number 82, Darren Behringer, replacing number 65, Fred McGee at defensive end. Tibodaux picked up another 5 yards on a play down to the Baker 42-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 5. Tackle made out there by number 20, Ben Gotro, but not until after the ball carrier picked up a first down.
I think the quarterback was looking to pass downfield, and there just wasn't anybody open, and he just tucked it under and picked up 6 nice yards.
Well, it brings up another first down for Thibodaux. Ball down to the Baker 36-yard line. So far tonight, John, this looks like a very much improved Tibodaux team that played us back fourth game of the season. He's going to throw the ball. Well, just wasn't nowhere to throw the ball to then, or he didn't have the man he wanted. Pass incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10. That's the first pass tonight's contest by Thibodaux. Good job defensively that time. Only picked up about 2 yards on a play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8. The ball at the Baker 34-yard line. Let's call it the 33-yard line. 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down play here, John. Thibodaux taking the opening kickoff, moving the ball fairly well, clipping off 5-6 yards of carry. Trying to pass, and then Baker bowed up a little bit on David. Big 3rd down play. Big 3rd down play.
Whoa!
Oh, we got a loose ball. Good job. All the way back. Bad handoff there, pitch back rather. And Thibodaux moved all the way back out to the Baker 45-yard line. Darren Behringer, number 82, covering the ball for the Buffaloes there. That takes Thibodaux out of any possibility for a field goal. They'll have to punt. Back deep for the Buffaloes will be number 6, Reggie Hilliard, number 22, Eric Butler. Beautiful punt. Goes out at the Baker 6-yard line. John, that just took a Thibodaux roll. We'll try to set that Buffalo offensive unit for you. That center, of course, is number 61, Jerry Rayburn. The guards will be number 64, Craig Lang. Number 78, Rodney King. Tackles be number 73, Clay Doherty. And number 50, Lonnie Furr. Hand off to Butler. Butler running hard, getting out over the 10-yard line, about the 11. The other tackle, at the tight end for Buffaloes is number 83, Audie Miller. Quarterback's number 10, Joey Nelson. Fullback will be number 30, Jeff Braxton. The tailback will be number 22, Eric Butler. Of course, wide receiver for the Buffaloes, number 2, Greg Davis. Also in it, split in for the Buffaloes, number 11, Gary Wentz. Hand off to Braxton. Braxton got to the line of scrimmage.
Might have even lost one.
They gave him the line of scrimmage, John. Well, no, they lost about a yard. Just outside the 10-yard line, we got a 3rd down for the Buffaloes, 3rd and about 7. Thibodaux playing some tough defense on that side of the line.
We had heard earlier that Mulkey had a tender ankle. Fans might have wondered why he isn't in there, but Coach Thomas may have elected to go with a little bit more beef in Butler and Braxton this close to the goal line.
Number 13, Gerald Sewell in the ball game for the Buffaloes. Out of nowhere. Number 22, Eric Butler, trying it around the far side of the field, but there was nothing there. Thibodaux defense playing extremely well on the left side of the line, allowing no yardage. In fact, we tried to run on the left side of the Thibodaux line, John, twice for -3 yards along that side. So it brings up a 4th down. Ben Gautreaux, number 20, in the punt for the Buffaloes. He's standing deep in his end zone. High snap, no rush.
Good kick.
That's good kick, good high kick. Went out to the 40-yard line. Receiver fielded the ball at the 40, and we had pretty good coverage. He's only got a 5-yard return. But, of course, Thibodaux coming out with excellent field position for their second possession of tonight's contest at the Baker 36-yard line. So defensive unit for the Buffaloes getting a test early, John.
Well, that kick wasn't too awful long, Sid, but it was nice and high, and the coverage team got a chance to go down there and stop any long run back.
Number 33, Jernigan, number 82, Berninger in on the tackle. Ball carry picked up about 2 yards. Say 3. Let's bring up 2nd and 7. Right up the middle. Ball carrier gets inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He's going to be short of a 1st down. Going to bring up 3rd and about 3. Depends on where they mark it. It should be about 3rd and 3. Another big 3rd down play here. They're all big when you get inside your 30-yard line.
That's right.
Ball just inside the 30-yard line. Let's say 3rd and 4. 3rd and a short 4. Big play here for the Buffaloes defensively. Draw play. Tackle made by number 20. Number 20, Ben Gautreaux, makes a tackle, but not after the ball carrier gets down inside the Baker 20-yard line down to the 19-yard line. Was a 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Well, I can observe something already. Thibodaux has changed some of their offense since we saw them 6 games ago in the season. They're running a lot of misdirection plays up the gut.
A big 1st down for him. Pass play.
That's in.
Oh. Well, Thibodaux scored. Beautiful pass play.
For a minute there, it looks like it was going to be tipped away or intercepted, but the Baker man, I think, went for the interception, and he misjudged the ball, and it was just over his head.
Well, that's a beautiful pass. Good reception. Thibodaux's up on top of the Buffaloes by a score of 6-0. Kick's good. With 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in this first quarter of this contest, Thibodaux on top of the Buffaloes by a score of 7-0. John, what was that, 19-yard pass play?
Well, when you get to this level of play, Sid, it's very difficult to give up the ball inside your 40-yard line and keep somebody off the scoreboard. The Buffs look like they just played that pass for an interception. I think the young man just misread the pass because it just floated right over his outstretched fingertips and right into the receiver's hands.
Well, Ben was in fairly good position to make the play, but like you say, good kick going inside the 10 down about the 7-yard line. Butler brings it up the middle to the Baker 30-yard line. Last time Baker started
on their own 6-yard line.
On their own 6-yard line. This time they got a little breathing room while they're marking it at the 29. Baker start for their second possession of the night's contest at the Baker 29-yard line. Butler picks up about 3 yards. Butler picks up about 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7. John, I tell you what I'm seeing out of the Tibodaux Tigers, though, so far in this first quarter of this contest, Thibodaux, a much improved ball club. Of course, we've talked about it all week. They had to be to win and be district champs in the district that they're playing in. Well, Nelson's pass intercepted. Nelson just threw the ball in amongst the several defenders, and he kind of floated up there, John, in interceptions. And here, Tibodaux Tiger has a 1st and 10 at the Baker 18-yard line. Not a good position for the Buffaloes to be in this early in this contest.
Nope. Well, you just got through seeing 2 plays where just a matter of inches one way or the other means success or the ball going the other way.
Draw play. Well, Buffalo's had good defense that time. Ball carrier looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. May have picked up about a yard. I think they're going to, no, line of scrimmage, no gain, so it's going to bring 2nd and 10. Buffalo's doing a good job defending that play.
Sometimes I think maybe the fans might look at some of those scores over this past season and look at this one where Baker beat Thibodaux 28 to 29 to 14. But I remember that game was quite tight for the first half, and it wasn't until later on in the game that actually Baker broke the game open. So they're very capable of playing good ball.
Buffalo's playing good defense that time. Once again against the run. Gonna bring up 3rd down. Only picked up about a half a yard. So let's call it 3rd and 10. Definitely passing situation. Buffalo's doing a good job against the run on this series of downs. Thibodaux calling a timeout. Seemed to be a little confusion as to what the play was called. The entire Thibodaux offensive unit coming to the near side of the field to meet with their coach. The entire defensive unit of Buffalo is going to the far side of the field to meet with their coach.
Well, so far, with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the first quarter, we could have played this entire game with just half the field, Sid.
Yeah.
Baker definitely has some long strike capabilities on their team, but I'm sure that all the coaching staff would like to start some of these drives a little bit closer to midfield or maybe over in the Thibodaux's side of the field rather than back on the area end of the field. Lots of disastrous things can happen, like that interception that we saw a minute ago. It limits your offense, what you can do and what risk you can take.
Got the quarterback.
All
Good
right.
job. That's the Buffalo defense.
That's the Baker defense that we're used to seeing.
Well, it brought the ball all the way back out to the Thibodaux 27-yard line. Brings up 4th down. It's going to be a little bit more than 20, I think, John.
Well, let me see. That's about a 9-yard loss.
Well, let's say 4th and 19. 4th and 19. Thibodaux once again having to call a timeout. A lot of confusion on the sideline.
That's 2 timeouts in the first quarter. May want to have one of those back when it comes closer to the half, but you can't disagree with the young man. He knows he's got his team down on the Baker end of the field, and he'd like to come away with something. And rather than run the wrong play, coaches tell you to burn one of them timeouts and come to the sidelines and let's talk about it.
Well, John, I don't know what kind of field goal kicker Thibodaux has, but that would be probably about somewhere in the neighborhood of a 48-yard field goal, so I don't think there's any question about that.
That's where my friend's being the official.
Was limping after that last play, pretty pronounced limp, but he looks like, I'm sure he's all right. Looks like he's moving around on the sideline pretty good bit. Yep.
Pretty good size Baker boys in that defense, so I don't think I want them to fall on me either.
Well, this is a 4th down and 19. 4th down and 19. I'm sure the Tibodaux receivers know where they have to go to get that first down. Looks to me like they go into the same man once again. Woo! They were going down in that area. Defended well. Pass just wasn't thrown well either, but was defended well.
He was getting a lot of pressure from the oncoming rushing lineman. One of our boys almost got to him, but he got cut down at the last moment, but there were some more coming, so he had to hurry that pass. It looked like Thibodaux had some people open there just for a moment.
Well, Buffalo's defense rises to the occasion and stops Thibodaux' threat after that interception. And the Buffaloes have their second possession of the night's ball game at the Buffalo 27-yard line. Braxton running hard, gets over to 30 to about the 31, picks up 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7. Got a minute and 13 seconds left to go in the first quarter. I'll tell you what.
Tremendous defensive play by number 45 for Thibodaux, slashing in there and cutting down Eric Butler on a pitch play.
Loss on a play back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10. And, John, so far tonight, the Buffaloes have not been able to do anything offensively around the left side of that line. Thibodaux doing an outstanding job against the Buffalo offense on the left side of the line.
Nelson drops back to pass. He's got a man open.
Oh! Well, in and out of the hands of number 13, Sewell. It was open. He was open. Ball was there and should have been caught, but just couldn't hold his hands on it. And it brings up a 4th down. I'm sure the Buffaloes at the punt here. 4th and 10. The ball on the own 27-yard line. That would have been enough for a first down, too, John.
No rush at all. They got the return on him.
Well, it's a short punt.
And it's going to get a
Buffalo
Baker
roll down to the Thibodaux 41-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter of play here in Tibodaux High School, with the Tibodaux Tigers on top of the Baker Buffaloes by a score of 7-0. John, Thibodaux has by far so far in this first half of this contest has dominated field position. Buffaloes have not been in the Thibodaux territory all night long. I know the first possession for the Buffaloes started at their own 6. The second possession, started on their 23, was it, or 26?
The Buffaloes so far started on their own 6, their own 29, and their own 27.
Handoff, boy, they have, look at that line. They have blown them people off the line. they just came off the ball that time and chopped down the whole right side of the Buffalo defense. Big first down. Thibodaux moves the ball all the way down inside Baker territory to the Baker 36-yard line.
Well, if they didn't know it before they came to this game, I think Buffaloes know now that Thibodaux is here to play. This is a one-game season. No, there's no tomorrow.
Well, and everybody's been telling the Buffaloes all week long that this was not going to be the same team that they beat 7 or 8 weeks ago, and it's apparent to everyone in the stadium. I know it is to me and John Brown that this is a much improved Thibodaux team. Like we said, you don't win this district down here by not playing football.
So far, I credit the success to the Thibodaux line. They are just rocking the defense back on their heels. You know, your grandma could just about run in some of them holes.
Well, that time Buffalo's doing a decent job. Stop the ball carry at the 30-yard line, where it's going to bring up third and 5. Third and 5, ball at the Baker 30-yard line.
I tell you what, you can pretty much keep your eye on number 32 for Thibodaux, and wherever he is, it seems where the ball is going to.
Well, that should be enough for a first down, John. Inside the Baker 25-yard line, down to the Baker 24-yard line, and that's enough for a Thibodaux first down.
Well, so far, Thibodaux's picked up 6 first downs to none for Baker High. Well, there was another one of those instances, just a perfect amount of touch on the pass. He just threw it over the top of the linebackers to one of his players, and he was off to the races.
Kick's good. With 9 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the first half of this contest, Tibodaux Tigers on top of the Buffaloes by a score of 14-0. And John, I am very impressed. Of course, I'm not impressed in one way, but I'm impressed with the play calling with the Thibodaux and the execution of the Thibodaux offense. They're showing us some offense that we did not see at all in Baker 7 or 8 weeks ago.
You got to be impressed with their quarterback. He's 2 for 4 passing, and the 2 completions are for touchdowns. So they don't pass a whole lot, but when they do, it's very effective.
Well, Baker's going to have to try to generate some offense. I know they hadn't had the best field position in tonight's contest so far, but they have got to try to generate some offense. Of course, defense is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to try to tighten up their game plan because every time it seems that Thibodaux has gotten their hands on the ball except for one time, you know, we just hadn't been able to stop them.
Well, they've got 14 points on the board with 9:44 left in the second quarter. As we mentioned at the top of the show, Baker hasn't given up more than 2 touchdowns to any team in the last 10 games that they played. So if they're going to keep that string alive, they're going to have to really stiffen up on defense and shut down the Tigers.
Well, I tell you what, John, we definitely going to have to stop them on defense if we're going to have any chance of winning this ball game. But the offense is going to have to get out of their end of the field and put some points on the board. And we're going to have to do that shortly if we intend on staying on this field with this club for the remainder of this ball game. Well, Baker taking over 1st and 10 at their 35. Butler, number 22. Boy, Joey Nelson put that one right on the money, and Butler right there making a great catch. Moves the ball Well, this is the first time in tonight's contest that the Buffaloes have been in Thibodaux territory down at the Thibodaux 49-yard line.
16-yard strike to Eric Butler.
I'll tell you what, that pass was beautifully thrown right on money. Joyce stepped back, felt a little outside pressure, stepped up into the pocket, planted his foot, man, just put the ball right there. Butler making a good catch.
There's another
good catch. Beautiful job of number 10, Joey Nelson. Another first down for the Buffaloes. Moves the ball back down to the Thibodaux 37-yard line. John, that's two beautiful passes for 2 first downs. That's the first 2 first downs of tonight's contest for the Buffaloes. Number 13, Sewell. Number 2, Davis. Flank to this side of the field. Hand off to number 30, Braxton. Braxton running hard. Picks up about 5 yards, maybe 6. Down to the Thibodaux. What is it, John, a 32-yard line?
Yes, that's where they're spotting, about the 32-yard line.
Well, this is Baker's deepest penetration in a nice contest. Got 8 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in this first half of this contest. The Buffaloes are behind the Tigers by a score of 14-0. Number 30, Braxton running hard, getting close to the first down.
I got to believe that those earlier reports that we had that Jeff Mulkey had an injured ankle are got to be true, because you could not believe that this far into a ball game you would not see Jeff Mulkey in the backfield for Baker High School. Braxton and Butler have been carrying the load so far rushing.
We got a 3rd down and 1. It's a big 3rd down play for the Buffaloes. I'm sure they'll go for it if they don't. There it is, first down. Braxton doing a fine job running on the last 3 plays. Gets down inside the 25-yard line, down to the 23-yard line. Well, that's the 3rd first down of this drive and the 3rd first down of this ball game for the Buffaloes. Down to the Thibodaux 23-yard line. Baker definitely having something going here, John. We need to put this thing in the end zone.
Better field position. That's what's going for them. They can use more of their offensive playbook.
Number 11, Gary Wentz in the ball game for the Buffaloes. Hand off to ooh! Boy, I tell you what, that was a hit. Number 22. Number 22, Eric Butler getting hit hard. Thibodaux defender loses 2 yards on a play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Ball back out at the Thibodaux 25-yard line. Number 13, Sewell. Number 2, Davis. Flank to this side. Nelson's back to pass. He's got a well,
he may have had a man open. He just overthrew him.
Yeah. Gonna bring up 3rd down. 3rd down for the Buffaloes. Ball back out on the 25-yard line. Number 31, Andy Foster, in with the play. Big play here. Key play. Well, Nelson just off the money. Had a man open, but just a bad pass on it. Didn't have his touch on it. Brings up 4th down. I'm sure the Buffaloes will go for it. No question here, being down 14-0 with 6:25 left in the first half. 4th down. Ball at 25-yard line, 4th and 12.
You're not really going to gain a lot by punting the ball here, and it's a little too far for a field goal attempt, so why not?
Too close to punt, too far for a field goal. Buffaloes need a score.
There he is.
There it is, and there's a flag on the play.
Well, somebody
I don't know.
did something.
Yeah, it could go either way, John. From where it was and what was happening, it could go either way.
Holding.
Holding against Tibodaux.
All right.
Boy, that's a big break for Buffaloes. That's a beautiful pass by Nelson. That was number 2, Greg Davis, on the reception. That's his first reception of the night. But
if it's defensive holding in the secondary, I think that's an automatic first down. We're going to see in a minute. There's a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down. There we go.
Give the Buffaloes 1st and 10. That's a big break for the Buffaloes. Beautiful pass play by Nelson to Davis. Gives the Buffaloes a 1st and 10 at the Thibodaux 15-yard line. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot impress upon you how important it is for the Buffaloes to get this ball in the end zone on this drive, being down 14-0. Hand off to Braxton. He's running hard. He's down to the 10-yard line. Pick up a 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 down at the Tiger 10-yard line. John, this is a very important drive for the Buffaloes. They must come away with 7 points to stay on this field and stay in this contest. Got 5 minutes, 58 seconds left to go in the first half here. Thibodaux on top of the Buffaloes by a score of 14-0. However, the Buffaloes are threatening with a 2nd and 5 at the Thibodaux 10-yard line. Hand off to number 22, Butler. Butler getting down to about the 8-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Depends on where they spot the ball.
8-yard line.
Let's say 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Down at the 8-yard line. Of course, here again,
we're in 4 down territory.
We're looking at 4 downs because there's a field goal's not doing us a thing right here. Other than maybe.
If you're in the pros, you might kick it and make it 14-3, but in high school playoffs, you need that 7 if you
There it is. He ought to be close to first down. Inside the 5. Jeff Braxton running hard. Gets inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line.
And Jeff, if you're watching the replay come Saturday or Tuesday, this announcer wants to tell you that's one of the best runs I've seen you make all year, son.
Yes,
you really fought for it.
Well, Braxton running with some authority in this entire drive. Running hard like he's capable of. Not slowing up on that initial contact, breaking through it, and just keep driving those legs.
All right, the Buffaloes have 4 shots from the 4-yard line.
We got 2 tight ends in the ballgame. Number 44, Breeden's checked in. Braxton could go.
Oh,
he's down.
Down to the
at
goal
about
line.
The 1-yard line, maybe the 2. Let's see where they mark it. Good run by Braxton. Braxton's down to near the 1-yard line. Let's say the 2.
He picked up about half the distance.
Picked up about 2 on the carry, maybe a little more. Brings up 2nd and goal for the Buffaloes. Ball at about the 2-yard line. Hand off to Butler. Butler gets awful close. Gets down to about the 1. Well, let's see where they mark it, John. I'm not going to call it from up here.
He was right down to the goal line.
Following the block of number 50, Lonnie Furr. He is right down near the goal line. He's inside the 1-yard line.
About the width of the official's foot.
Let's say the half-yard line. Brings up 3rd and goal from just inside the 1. Buffaloes must put this ball in the end zone. Nelson, he's in. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Nelson on a keeper. Followed the center's block over the left side. And the Buffaloes on the scoreboard with 3:57 left to go in the first half. Scored Thibodaux 14, Baker 6. Audie Miller, number 83, in to attempt the extra point, and they're all important here. Buffalo line needs to keep Thibodaux out, give Miller enough time. Get that ball down, put it up in them uprights. Good snap. There's a kick. It's right there, and the Buffaloes are on the board. First time in the night's contest. 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the first half. And the Buffaloes are trailing the Tigers by a score of 14-7. John, impressive drive by Buffaloes.
When they needed it, they dug down deep and they come up with it. Good passing by Joey Nelson, good running by Braxton and Butler. Just team determination to claw back from that 14-0 deficit.
Well, both, of course, we saying both of the Thibodaux scores have come on passing plays, which they have, but let's don't deceive the fans, John. Thibodaux has moved the ball well on the ground against the Buffaloes. The two passing plays that scored, one was just a mental error, a decision error on the defensive back on the first touchdown to try to go for the interception. Ball went over his head, and of course it resulted in 7 points. The other one, our defenders just weren't didn't have the man covered at period.
Oh, that's right, Sid. They've run 16 running plays and only 4 passes so far, so definitely the bulk's coming from running.
Yeah. But Tibodaux will take over once again with decent field position at their own 39-yard line with 3:50 left to go in the first half of this contest. But John, the offense serve notice that they're going to come. They're getting back in this ball game and did their job and put 7 points on the board when they had an opportunity to. The Buffalo defense has got to bow their back and play the ball that they're capable of playing and keep Tibodaux out of the end zone here, or keep Tibodaux from putting any more points on the board in this half. Draw play, draw play. It's a foot race.
All right, Ben.
With Tibodaux coming right back. Beautiful play. John, the blocking on this side of the line was just tremendous. That running back number 22 for Tibodaux, that's going to be Kevin Anderson.
32.
It was 32?
Yeah.
Donald Harry, 5'11", 174-pound junior, did an outstanding job running the ball. He got to be a foot race, finally run out of bounds by number 20, Ben Gautreau, along with number, I think it was 33, Steve Jernigan.
There's an oh. That looked like it had interception written over it.
Yeah, from this angle, it just must have been a little further out. Well, John, what can you say? Came right back, beautiful play, brought it all the way down to the Buffalo 15-yard line. We got a timeout on the field. I think it's a Buffalo timeout. Tigers of Tibodaux have a 2nd and 10, the ball on the Baker 15-yard line. John, this is something we are definitely not accustomed to seeing, and that's somebody running and passing on that defensive unit like they're doing here tonight.
Well, they're running an awful lot of misdirection plays, and I tell you what, we're seeing somebody use almost a Jeff Mulkey on us. They're starting to play to one side, and the Baker defense is very fast, and they're reacting to that, and they're handing off to number 32, who's carried the ball 11 times for 84 yards already tonight, and he's just cutting back against the grain. I was going to mention in that last Buffalo drive where Eric Butler and Jeff Braxton are both doing a great job for Baker High School, but I can see that we're sorely missing Jeff Mulkey because the Tibodaux Tigers have the exact same kind of defense that we do. They're a bunch of lightweight kids, and they're very fast, and they pursue very good. And Braxton and Butler are good runners, but they don't have that shifty cutback ability that Mulkey does, and I think we're missing his abilities. There's an interception.
There's interception. And we got a foot race now, baby. We got a foot race now.
He's got a convoy if he can just go.
All right. Well, the Buffaloes bring the ball. They stop that Tibodaux scoring threat. Buffaloes take the ball all the way down.
84-yard
return all the way down to the Tibodaux. What is it, John?
The 27-yard line.
No, that's 31-yard line. And now this thing's turned right around. We got the offense back on the field and a chance to put some points on the board with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in the first half of this contest. Beautiful interception by number 29, Ronke Mulkey.
Tell you what, high school athletics is wonderful. In the blink of an eye, the whole thing can turn around. Tibodaux was going up 21-7, and in one play, all of a sudden, Baker's got the ball going the other way, looking to tie this thing up before halftime.
Boy, it'd be great. I hope they can do it.
Nelson back to throw. He's wide open.
Got Davis open.
He's
Davis
loose.
got some room. He's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line down to the 22-yard line. That's enough for a Buffalo first down. 17 rather, I'm sorry. It's enough for the Buffalo first down. Nelson looking awful sharp on that pass. Good reception by number 2, Greg Davis. Made a good move after he caught the ball and was hit. Spun out to the outside and picked up good yardage along with the first down.
Well, you could say the first quarter was all Thibodaux. Was so far, the second quarter has been all Baker High School. Little mix-up in the backfield here.
Nelson could run or throw. Oh, no. Well, that was a tip pass. Deflected at the line of scrimmage. Went right into the, no, it's incomplete. Well, that's a gutsy call. That's a gutsy call from the official playing down here. He said that the ball was on the ground. It was in the camera.
It was hard to tell from up here.
Yeah, it was awful hard to tell from up here. Our cameraman said he had it in the zoom, but boy, that's a big break for the Buffaloes. Brings up 2nd and 10. Ball at the Thibodaux 17-yard line. And John, that is a gutsy call for that official to make here. Of course, you call them the way you see them, right or wrong. Man, I tell you what, number 13, Gerald Sewell, was wide open on the other sideline, but he had his back to the ball, and of course, Nelson didn't see him. We got a 3rd and 10. Buffaloes need to take a little breathe here and just get their composure down and put this ball in this end zone. We got 2:55 left here in the first half of play. Thibodaux on top of the Buffaloes by a score of 14-7.
Big down. Need to pick up some yardage on this play.
Well, it ain't going to happen like that. It wasn't a bad call, a draw, but Thibodaux did a good job of defending it. It's going to bring the ball down to about the 16-yard line. Timeout Baker, which was a wise timeout for the Buffaloes with 2:44 left to go in the contest. It's a 4th down and 9. Only picked up 1. Ball on about the 16-yard line, and the Buffaloes calling a timeout. Joey Nelson going to the far side to confer with Coach Thomas and Coach Mook. See what they're going to try to come up with. I hope it's a big play.
30.
Well,
I don't know, 33-yard field goal, I don't know. Last time I wouldn't have kicked a field goal, but if I thought that Audie Miller could make it from there, I think I might risk it from out here.
Well, probably the ball would be placed on about the 25-yard line, John, and you'd be looking at about a 35-yarder, but the angle wouldn't be that good. You'd have a pretty good angle, but like you say, I'd rather go in at halftime 14-10 than 14-7.
Well, hopefully the coaching staff has come up with a wonderful play here, and he's going to pick up the 9 yards we need for the first down. I don't care.
Thank you. Big play here, big play.
He's open.
He's open. Touchdown! Touchdown, Buffaloes! Great play, man. Thibodaux had some pressure. Thibodaux had some pressure all over Nelson. Nelson did a good job of just getting rid of the ball. 3 Thibodaux linemen all over him, and he delivered the ball right in the middle of number 2, Greg Davis. And John, the Buffaloes right back in this ball game. Big important extra point here. They're all important, and like I say, in this level of play, every point you put on the board is important. But with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the first half of this contest, Buffaloes are trailing the Tigers by 13-14. There's a kick. It's good. We got a tie ball game.
Well, like we said a minute ago, things can turn around awful fast. In just a time span of about less than 1 minute, Thibodaux went from looking at possibly going ahead 21-7 to a 80-some-odd yard interception return, and then Baker takes it on in for a touchdown and kind of wipes away the memories of a lethargic first quarter. And now just 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the second quarter. We got this thing all tied up in this brand new game again, and old Mo is on the back of the Buffaloes.
Well, the Buffalo defense, the offense have come out and did an outstanding job. Of course, the defense did a good job on stopping it with that interception, that fine run back. but we have got to keep them off the board. We don't want them to put any more points on the board before halftime. Fumble. He picks it up. He's cutting outside, but nowhere. He's covered good by the Buffaloes.
And that's going to be the worst field position.
Well, we got a flag.
We got a flag. They may have got him on the face mask.
Might have had a face mask. Probably did. Had him by the helmet. Cameraman Jed DeRees, who is Hawkeye with his camera up here in the press box, says we got him by the helmet.
Of course, it's an inadvertent. It's only 5 yards.
5-yard penalty, so it was inadvertent. Buffaloes. That's the first penalty of the ball game against Baker. I think there's only been one penalty against Thibodaux.
That's right. Very clean game, just like you would expect at this level of Quad A football. Two well-coached teams. Play hard. There's a Baker
All right.
defense.
77, Keith Brossette wasn't fooled that time. That was the same play, John, that they picked up that big yardage and set up that 1st and 10 down at Baker's 15 just several minutes ago. That time, Keith Brossette not being fooled. Player loses 2 yards on a play back to about the 23-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. We got 2 minutes left to go in the first half of this contest. We got a tie ball game. Thibodaux 14, Baker 14. Got another draw to the other side.
There goes number 32 again.
Well, they can't wait on him, John. The defense is trying to play him laterally along the line, and there's no way. The guy's got too much speed. You're going to have somebody go in there and commit on him. 1st down all the way out to the Tiger 42-yard line. 1st and 10, and there's too much time left in this ball game to let them clip that kind of yardage off on you.
Number 32, Wayne Spears for the Tibodaux Tigers has gained 101 yards on 13 carries so far. So they're going to have to do something to shut this young man down.
Well, we got flags down on a play. It's an indication that he could be against Thibodaux. Boy, I tell you what, that's outstanding.
I'm sorry. I'm giving the wrong person. Donald Harry for Thibodaux High School.
How many yards has he had?
101 for 13 carries.
It's unbelievable, 1/2 a play. Well, 5 yards against Thibodaux, illegal procedure. Brings up 1st and 15. The ball all the way back to the Thibodaux 37-yard line. Buffalo defense has their job cut out for them. Definitely don't want to let Thibodaux get down there and put any points on board when they've come back and tied this ball game. Handoff up the middle. Good job.
There goes another flag.
Another flag. I think you're going to see a holding call.
No, face mask. See the official down there with his hand up by his face.
Now it is a face mask. We'll see whether it's an inadvertent or $5 yards. It's an inadverted face mask. Well, the Thibodaux fans not happy with it. But it's rather than first. We're right back where we were just a few seconds ago, John. Now we 1st and 10 at the Thibodaux 42-yard line. Reverse.
Fake
the reverse. Ben, get him. Woo! He had him. I'm up here hollering at Ben because Ben's got his back going with the reverse man. But, thank God he got his turned around and saw him before it was too late. Yeah, I said
42-yard run by Donald Harry.
Y'all got to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm trying to coach up here from the press box. But I saw number 20, Ben Gautreaux, had gone towards the fake man and had his back to the runner, realized what was going on, was able to recover, get over there and stop him. But not until after Thibodaux goes all the way down to the Baker 19-yard line. Got a 1st and 10 to Baker 19-yard line with 58 seconds left to go in the first half. We got a tie ball game. Thibodaux 14, Baker 14. Don, it's going to be awful hard for the Buffaloes to keep Thibodaux off the scoreboard here before first half closes.
Well, we got the kind of defense that's capable of doing that, but they're going to have to find some formula to stop Donald Harry. I hate to say that Thibodaux seems one-dimensional, but so far they've run 17 actual rushing plays. I don't really count the 3 times that the quarterback tried to carry the ball and got sacked. But out of 17 plays, Donald Harry has packed the ball 14 times. Now, I think, you know, if I was the coach, I'd say, look, fellas, we need to key on Mr. Harry. I need to assign somebody to number 32, and if he's packing the ball, you need to be on him.
You're absolutely right, John. Number 40, Anthony McCurdy in the ball game replaced number 41, Chad Richardson, for the Buffaloes. And this is awful important, ladies and gentlemen. If you got to give up any, you want to give up 3. You don't want to give up 7 right here before halftime. Don't want to give up none.
All right, Harry with the ball again.
Well, he's got room. Buffalo, ooh, good job. Oh, what is the flag now?
It might be clipping. It's clipping, I believe.
I hope so, because clipping against Thibodaux. So Thibodaux hurting themselves right there. But the Buffaloes had that defense well, John. One man, whoever he was, blew up through the middle and kind of just slowed up Harry just for a second and allowed the pursuit from the defense to chase him out of bounds on far side. But this is a big 15-yard penalty for clipping. Big break for the Buffaloes. 50 seconds left to go in this contest. In the first half of this contest.
And the clock's running.
Moves the ball out to the Baker 32-yard line. Clock's running. Take into consideration, Thibodaux's taken 2 timeouts already. Good job. Beautiful job. That was nothing but good defense there. Number 25, Roderick Coffey, doing an outstanding job. Turned around, had the man positioned all the way. Just got his hand up on ball and knocked it out the way. Good job.
He was definitely playing the ball all the way. He was looking it into his hands. I know the Thibodaux fans here always think that it's defensive pass interference, but as long as you're looking at that ball and trying to go for it, you got as much right to get the ball as the offensive man.
Well, the pass was really better thrown to the defender than it was the receiver.
That's right. The offensive man had to play defender. 2nd
down and 25. I'm sure they're going to be. Well, here they go with that little misdirect.
Right.
Good job.
All right.
Good job. Number 44. Number 44, Tim Breeden, doing a good job defensively that time. Buffalo's defense rising to the occasion as a loss on the play. Well, Thibodaux taking their last time out with 15 seconds left to go in the first half. And boy, the Buffalo defense so far, John, let's hope they can continue to do it, has risen to this occasion. It's 3rd and 25. Well, longer than that. They've lost yardage. They lost about 5 yards on that, so it should be about 3rd and 30. Say 3rd and 29. All the way back out. They're definitely out of field goal range where they are right now. Now they have no timeouts left. There's 15 seconds left to go in the first half. And
you need to make a first down to stop the clock or go for the end zone. I think that's what they're talking about right now.
I think there's no question that if they throw the ball here, and the strategy here, John, is either let's get it in position for a field goal, but I don't think without any more timeouts, they're going to try to get it in the end zone.
The thing Baker really needs to do is guard against them getting into the end zone, play loose on this, let them catch the ball up short because they'll never get another playoff. Let them catch the ball short or run the ball short just to defend the home run ball.
Well, here we go. There's a pass. That's it. It's incomplete with 10 seconds left to go in the contest.
All right, here comes 4th down.
But we got a 4th down play here.
They got to go for the end zone.
Well, I think they're going to do something different here, John. I think they're going to try to kick the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard field goal. Now, this could be a fake, John. This could be a fake. I wouldn't take. Buffalo's leaving their same defensive unit in there. They're not going to be fooled if it is a fake, which I am very. Well, they're going to be penalized. They're going to be penalized.
It is. It's a fake.
Interception. Number 41, Chad Richardson. Good.
And there's a flag.
There's another flag. It should be a clip. Should be another clip.
Or personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct. There's only 3 seconds left to go, so.
Well, let's hand it to the Buffalo defense, John. They gave up that long run. It gave them a 1st and 10 at the Baker, 19, but Buffalo defense doing an outstanding job of keeping them from putting any points on the board. That was a fake play, design play all the way, which didn't fool anybody. Buffaloes will have time for one play. Now there's 3 seconds on the clock, but the Buffaloes will have time for one play. There's a personal foul against Thibodaux. We got 3 seconds left to go in the contest. First half of this contest here in Thibodaux, where the Tibodaux Tigers and Baker Buffaloes are tied up by a score of 14-14. Baker was down by a score of 14-0 and come back, so really playing some good ball, and Baker content, which I think is smart, John. That's a long way, almost impossible situation. And John, I tell you what, we got a whole new ball game for the second half, and so far what I've seen, other than number 32 with his long runs, Buffalo's defense is starting to tighten up on everything else that Thibodaux's throwing at them.
Well, Thibodaux came out all fired up, so you know, maybe some of that enthusiasm is starting to wear off, and we're looking for big things in the second half.
Well, that's the end of the first half of play here at Thibodaux with a score: Thibodaux 14, Baker Buffaloes 14. John, we're ready to start the second half of play here. Thibodaux High School, Tibodaux Tigers are tied up here with the Baker Buffaloes by a score of 14-14. John, we couldn't have had any better first half action as far as fans watching this ball game. Baker was down by a score of 14-0, came back from that deficit, really showed a lot of class, a lot of poise, fought hard, and got themselves back in this ball game. We got a brand new ball game underway. Gerald Sewell, the ball carrier, taking it out past the Baker 40-yard line out to about the Baker 42-yard line. So Baker start off with decent field position to start the second half. John, you got any stats you want to try to work in with us here?
Well, I tell you what, the best stat we got right now is the 14-14 tie that's staring at us up there on the board. These statistics for Baker High School are not what the fans are used to over the past 10-game season. In the first half, it was only 5 first downs for Baker High School as opposed to 9 for Tibodaux High School. 17 rushing plays only netted 31 yards. We're used to having well over 100 yards at halftime, so that hasn't been real well. And as you can see again on that play, Jeff Braxton is pulled down for a loss there. We sorely missed Jeff Mulkey running the ball. Joey Nelson was 4 for 10 and passing 49 yards. He came through with some great passes when we needed, so only 80 yards of total offense. On the other hand, the Tibodaux Tigers have done outstanding as far as the numbers are concerned, especially Donald Harry. He's carried the ball for over 140 yards for Thibodaux. They got 159 yards rushing, 44 in the air, 203 yards. On paper, it should be a mismatch, but like I said, up there on the scoreboard where that's all that counts, it's 14-14.
Woo, good hit. Tell you what, Thibodaux playing some tough defense against the Buffaloes. 3rd down and 11. You got any other stats for us here, John?
Well, we've got, so far neither team's fumbled a ball, which has been real good. Penalties, two penalties for Baker, both minor ones for a total of 10 yards. Thibodaux kind of hurt themselves late in the game. They've got 4 penalties for 45 yards. Baker's punted the ball. Ben Gautreaux filling in for a hurt Reggie Hilliard's kicked twice for a 31-yard average, and Thibodaux's only punted once for 39 yards.
Woo. I tell you what, that was a well-thrown ball right through Artie Miller, number 83's hands. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down. It was awful close, but it brings up a 4th down and 11. Buffalo's definitely in a punting situation. Well, Thibodaux doing what they wanted to do, and that shut Baker down, giving them the opening kickoff for the second half, shutting Baker's offense down. Baker not being able to come up with a first down on their opening possession to start the second half. High snap. Gautreaux gets the ball off. Fair catch called for at the 31-yard line. So Thibodaux will start off with their first possession of the second half at the own 31-yard line.
I tell you what, Ben's been real lucky on those 3 punts. Every time they've centered the ball to him, it's been off the mark. He's had to jump up and get it or scoop it off the ground or something, and I just hope Thibodaux doesn't pick up on the fact that we're having a little problem centering the ball.
Nowhere that time. Good defense by the Buffaloes. Ball carrier tried up the middle. Mark Haywood, Quincy Hall right there defensively. Picks up a yard on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
The man to watch is number 32, who's got the ball right now, Donald Harry in the I formation.
Yeah, he picked up good yardage. All the way out to the Thibodaux 39-yard line, where it's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Big third down play for the Tibodaux Tigers. You're right. I tell you what, that Donald Harry is an outstanding ball player. But of course, I tell you what, they have opened up some holes for him around the outside of that field. That option play right there working well for him.
Here comes Harry again.
He's not going to have a first down. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. He picked up about a yard on the play. Bring up 4th down and 1, and Thibodaux electing to punt the ball here. Buffalo defense doing a good job. Back deep to receive this punt will be number 6, Reggie Hilliard, along with number 22, Eric Butler. Buffalo's hopefully, John, will come up with a pretty good return here and set up good field position for their second possession. Well, they got the return on. Good punt. That's not the greatest punt. Going to take a Thibodaux bounce. Going down to the Baker 18-yard line. Wasn't that great looking of a punt, but it took a little Thibodaux bounce. Went down inside the Baker 20 to the Baker 18-yard line. So Thibodaux coming out for the better on the exchange there. Field position-wise, backing the Buffaloes up.
Well, Baker lost about 20 yards in that exchange of kicks. A little less field position to work with, but we'll see what the Buffaloes come up with this on drive.
Well, let's see what kind of adjustments maybe the Buffaloes have made, if any. Don't know if they had to make too many adjustments coming back with offense with the two. Tell you what, we continually trying to run against the left side of that Thibodaux defense. And, John, we hadn't been able to have any success around the left side of the line at all. With somewhat question to continue to run trying to run around the left side of that Thibodaux line when we haven't done so so far tonight at all. Been awful tough yardage trying to run on the left side of that Thibodaux defensive line. Second down and 8.
There's Mulkey.
There's Mulkey. He's in the ball game for the Buffaloes. Mulkey picks up some good yardage out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and short yardage situation. Let's say 3rd and 3. Jeff Mulkey coming into tonight's contest for the first time. Jeff is nursing a sore ankle. Coach Thomas saying that he would not put Mulkey in the ball game unless he absolutely had to. I'm sure he feels that he has to at this point, or Mr. Mulkey wouldn't be in there. But Jeff Mulkey played some outstanding ball for the Buffaloes this season. Outstanding little runner.
There goes Mulkey again.
He's got a first down, John, awful close to it. Depends on where they mark the ball, John, but it's going to be awful close to a first down. That is a first down. Mulkey picking up the first down for the Buffaloes at their own 29-yard line.
Well, as the fans could see on those last two plays, Mulkey's the shifty kind of runner that is going to work well against the Thibodaux defense, because like I mentioned before, they're an undersized unit. They're very quick. Remind you very much of like Texas A&M. They really go after the ball, and if you show them direction one way and you got a cutback kind of runner like Mulkey, you're going to be able to get yardage.
He's got the ball to Mulkey. Well, that's good defense that time. That pass hung up there a little bit too long and gave the defense time enough to get over to the ball. We actually lost yardage on the play, brings up 2nd and 11. But that's what you want to try to do, John. That play just didn't develop right for the Buffaloes. Get it to Mulkey in a broken field, because he's got that type of ability to break the ball game open for you. Number 24, Jeff Mulkey.
Well, those passes always made me nervous, because that was a lateral. That really wasn't even hardly a forward pass, and if you missed that one, you're in trouble.
Good job. Number 30, Jeff Braxton, running hard.
It bowls over the official.
All the way out to about the 38-yard line. Jeff Braxton running awful hard, picking up good yards for the Buffaloes. It's going to bring up a third down and short yardage. Third and short yardage, big third down play again for the Buffaloes. Let's say third down and less than 2, actually. About a yard and a half. Big third down play here, John. He's got the first down and then some. Jeff Braxton running awful hard all the way out over the 45 to the 46-yard line. First down for the Buffaloes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Braxton seems to be a different person running from the set or the fullback position than he was when he was running from the I formation.
Braxton again picking up good yardage. There you say, John, he's doing a good job. All the way out to about the 44-yard line. Pickup of, let's say, 7 on the play. Pickup of 7 brings up 2nd and 3. Boy, Jeff Braxton's been doing some good running for the Buffaloes tonight. He did that in the first half when the Buffaloes scored that first time. Jeff did some awful hard running for him that time. Second down, short yardage. Mulkey's got
loose.
There he is. That's what we're talking about, John. That's exactly what you're saying. That's where Mulkey's at his best. That little off direction, misdirection, cutback type play. That's where Mr. Mulkey has done it for the Buffaloes this year.
And boom, just like that, 12 yards in the blink of an eye.
First down and 10 for the Buffaloes down at the Thibodaux 36-yard line. Buffaloes have a good drive going here. Let's hope they can top it off with some points on the board.
Oh, there's a mental error.
Well, I was just fixing to brag on them and say they were playing errorless football on offense so far. That's penalty-wise, rather. And there somebody jumps before the quarterback even gets set behind the center. Baker backing himself up 5 yards. He's 1st and 15. Ball out on the Tiger 41-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning into this contest, we've got 4 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the third quarter here. We got a tie ball game. Baker 14, Thibodaux 14.
Nelson a pass. Sewell's
wide open.
He's still loose. He's still loose.
Good job by Gerald Sewell taking it all the way down to the Thibodaux 16-yard line. Be enough for a 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. Joey Nelson looking awful sharp on the pass, and Mr. Sewell doing everything he could possibly do with the ball once he got it.
24-yard pass completion, Sid.
Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, as we say, we got a tie ball game here, but if you hadn't seen the first half of play, Thibodaux scored first on a 19-yard pass play, went up 7-0. Thibodaux scored again on another pass play, went up 14-0. The Buffaloes come back doing outs. There we go again. There's just no sense in that, John. Not in a playoff game, not at this level of play, at this top point in your season. That's ridiculous.
Well, it's not that the Buffaloes can't make 15 yards with 4 plays, but, you know, this game is meant to be played with 10 yards with 4 plays, and it just makes it a lot tougher on your team, and especially when you're down inside your opponent's 20-yard line. You don't want to give up real estate like that because it's too precious to give up.
Well, you're exactly right, and when you're in this tight ball game, and you just can't make those mistakes, not make any regular like that and come out on top.
Pitch back to
number 24, Mulkey. Oh, beautiful defense by Thibodaux. Tell you what, the cornerback did his job, come up and took on the blocker, turned Mulkey in, and he had about 5 men looking him in the face with nowhere to go. Picked up about a yard on a play. Brings up 2nd down and 14. Ball at the up near the 21-yard line. Buffaloes need to put something on the board after this drive, John. They need to come out with something on the board. Try to take that lead.
Well, so far they're helping the defense out, tremendously because they're letting them rest and they're keeping that explosive Thibodaux offense on the sidelines.
Nelson's got pressure. Well, that's one ball there, John. It should have never been thrown. And I'm sure nobody knows that anymore than number 10, Joey Nelson. He'd have been wise at that point just to eat the ball than to try to throw it up in there just for grabs. That ball floated up there. Was really nobody under it. He was hoping somebody would run under it. Somebody did, but unfortunately it wasn't a Buffalo. It was a Tiger. Thibodaux's turned the ball right back over. Has a 1st and 10 at the Baker 25-yard line. And it's been a heck of a ball game, John.
60 yards the Buffs moved that ball and didn't get anything out of it. That's tough. I think the officials spotted some movement in the Thibodaux line.
What's the call?
Well, he's signaling. Well, he started to make an offside signal against Baker. You know, if they haven't centered the ball, I don't know. Maybe one of the Baker players touched them, you know, which would be encroachment.
Well, we're looking at a 10-yard penalty here, John.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know. They must have said something. Well, this is something that you definitely don't need. You don't need to give up first downs.
No, you don't need to give up 10 yards.
Well, I thought we got a cheapie. It's usually 15 yards. I was wondering why the official was only giving us 10, but I was going to take it.
Well, John, I hate to see that, but evidently something was said down there that the official didn't care for.
Well, officials are trying to keep control over this game early.
Well, Thibodaux coming out with excellent field position after the turnover. With the penalty, they're all the way out to their own 40-yard line. They'll start their 1st and 10 at their 40. Coach Thomas very upset on the far sideline talking to the official, wanting to know exactly what was going on. Tell you what, that young man knows what to do when he gets his hands on football. Tell you what, we got to play him a little tougher on the corners, John. Picks up 6 yards on a play, brings up 2nd and 4, ball out at the Thibodaux 46-yard line. That time, Buffalo defense doing a good job. Number 82, Darren Berninger, and number 33, Steve Jernigan, in on the tackle. Pickup of about a yard on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, the ball at the Thibodaux 47-yard line. I don't know about you, John, but if I was a Thibodaux coach, I believe I'd give it to number 32.
Yeah, poor old number 35 has carried the ball about 5 times, and he's only got 16 yards. 32's the horse. This is going to be an interesting spot. I think he's got it, though.
Well, that's a good spot. They going to measure it. It's going to be awful close. I think he's got it, too, John. I think the nose of the football is over the 50-yard line, which would be just give them enough for a 1st down. It's awful close, but I think they've got it. First down by the nose of the football. They didn't have to do all that. They just had to ask us.
Well, there's 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go, and that's the first down that Thibodaux's got in the second half, other than by penalty. They've moved the ball 25 yards, most of that thanks to a penalty and some good running by Donald Harry.
tell you what, that was a good play that time. Big good yardage for Thibodaux. Picked up, it looks like about 8 yards on that pass play. Bring it up 2nd and 2.
Well, that's the first completion for Thibodaux tonight that didn't result in a touchdown.
Only 3rd completed pass.
That's right. 3 for 8, but 2 of those are for a touchdown. So that quarterback still got the ball. He still got the ball.
I tell you what, we got a hurt ball player on the field. Somebody came in on number 41, Chad Richardson, from the back. Chad's feet just went out from under him. I hate to see that. That was a shot. And he's got a knee hurt, but he looks like he's getting up. Boy, I tell you what, I hate to see that. That guy hit him from the back right at the end of the play. Well, that's another first down. Chad looks like he's okay going off the field under his own power. He'll be replaced by number 40, Anthony McCurdy. But Tigers of Thibodaux down inside the Baker 25-yard line, down to the 24-yard line, where they've got a 1st and 10. Tell you what, this Buffalo defense just having trouble with number 32 tonight.
Well, that was a great run by the quarterback, number 5.
He made a good cut back up the middle, and we just didn't have anybody there. John, it's not hard to figure out what they're doing. I mean, they just giving the ball to number 32 right around the end. I mean, you see these pitch out or a handoff, and they like to try this right side, and Thibodaux comes up with another first down to the Baker 12-yard line. Buffalo defense better tighten up here. Maybe we'll come up with an interception, but I don't think they plan on throwing the ball myself.
I don't know why I throw the ball as well as they're running.
I don't either. I wouldn't.
But he's
draw play.
No time.
Right up the middle, right up the gut. Draw play. Nobody there. The end of the 3rd quarter of play here in Thibodaux. Tibodaux Tigers are on top of the Baker Buffaloes by a score of 21-14. John, Thibodaux looking awful strong on that last drive.
Yeah, they did, and this is the most points that's been scored against Baker all year long, eclipsing the 17 points that was scored by Denham Springs a couple weeks ago. The Baker defense had them right where they wanted to, but some loose words got Thibodaux off to a good start with an extra 15 yards on the unsportsmanlike conduct, and then between Donald Harry's running and some selective scrambling by their quarterback, they're right back on top of this thing.
I tell you what, though, after the loose words, the only talking Thibodaux did was pushing the football right down our throat. Well, we got 1 quarter left to play here in this contest between Baker High School and Tibodaux Tigers. Baker High School behind by a score of 14-21. Good kick going down about the 7-yard line. Number 22, Eric Butler, bringing it back out to the 30. Will Baker take over 1st and 10 at their 30-yard line. Let's see what Mr. Nelson and his offensive unit can do here. Try to get the Buffaloes downfield here with this possession. Mulkey running hard right up the middle, picks up about 8 yards. Let's call it 7 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Out to the Buffalo 30. Well, let's call it near the 37-yard line. Well, that was a mix-up. Braxton on a carry, but there was definitely a mix-up on play. Somebody wasn't sure about what they were supposed to do. Braxton picks up a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Well, Braxton picked up more than that. He picked up 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Buffaloes. Ball at the Baker 39-yard line. Another big play for Baker. Braxton picking up 1st down for the Buffaloes, running hard over to about the 42-yard line. It's enough for the Buffaloes' 1st down. Tell you what, John, Buffaloes need to come right back here, get a drive of their own going, and cap it off with 7 points. Tie this ball game up again. Well, Baker trying a halfback pass on a reverse, but number 13, Sewell, had a lot of pressure on him. Wasn't able to set up, couldn't get the pass away. Number 2, Greg Davis, was wide open, but Sewell just couldn't get the ball to him. We got a 2nd down and 10. Ball to Baker 42. John, good play, well-designed play, and of course, the problem was that defender for somebody off the line came up and forced Sewell too deep. Then he had a little pressure on him, was not able to set up like he wants to get the pass off. If he would have, Baker would have had 6 points. Greg Davis wide open. There he is.
Mulkey's
Jeff
running.
Mulkey.
There's
Running hard.
Mulkey.
He's still on his feet. Go, Jeff.
He's gone.
No, the guy's got an angle on him. Good job. Good job. Number 24, Jeff Mulkey going up. Well, he's limping. That's what we knew he was hurt. Mulkey's ankle's hurt again, but that's with all the cutting and stuff that he does with his run. Great job on getting us down there. The little man did his job. Baker's got a 1st and 10 at the Tiger 17-yard line. Jeff Mulkey doing what he was called on to do. He's given Baker an opportunity to put some points on the board. I'm sure that we won't see Jeff back in the ball game. He came in with that injury, and I'm sure we won't see him back in the ball game. But Jeff gave the Buffaloes opportunity. This other 11 players on his team right now has to get the ball in the end zone. Braxton running hard, gets down inside the 15 to about the 14. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Gonna bring up 2nd. Well, let's say, well, yeah, it's about 3. 2nd and 7, the ball just inside the 15-yard line. John, Jeff did what we called on him to do. He's got us down here in scoring position. It's up to these other 11 young men on that field to put that ball in the end zone. This is a very, very pivotal point. This is an important part of the game right here.
They need to score badly.
They have got to put the ball in the end zone. No. Well, there's another pass that should have never been thrown right there, John. Trying to force that ball in there and just couldn't do it. Pass was not well thrown, but it was a pass that Mr. Nelson would have been well advised not to have thrown, and of course nobody knows that any more than him. If he had it back, if he could get it back, he would. But there again, Thibodaux coming up with another big turnover. Ball down at the Tibodaux 3-yard line. Well, we got him in a hole, John. We need to try to keep him there.
Well, our defense is our best part of the game. Close to a safety.
Well, it's awful close to a safety. Awful close to a safety.
That was a dangerous play for Thibodaux.
Well, maybe Thibodaux will make a mistake down here, and we'll turn the ball right back over. Thibodaux lost about 3 yards on the play. Ball was actually on the 4-yard line. It was 1st and 10 at the Thibodaux 4. They lost back to the 1-yard line, so they lost 3 yards. It's going to bring 2nd and 13. Ball at the 1-yard line. Defense needs to keep them in this hole. No!
Well, you just saw what could happen when you bunch up on the goal line trying to stop something. If a runner pops through that first wave, he's going to run a long way before somebody can get him.
Well, Thibodaux coming out of that hole all the way out to their 32-yard line. Now they got plenty of breathing room. 1st and 10 for Thibodaux. Baker had them down there on the 1-yard line. 31-yard play. Well, you cut him off outside. And what does he do? Turn right back up the middle, John. Cut him off on the outside. He turns right back up on the middle. Picks up a 1st down for the Tigers out to the 44-yard line. Darren Berninger, number 82.
Well, unofficially, I have Donald Harry with 20 carries for 185 yards so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this contest. Buffaloes are behind the Tigers by a score of 21-14. Halftime ended. Well, to give you a brief recap of the game, Thibodaux scored first on a pass play, went up 7-0, came back, scored on another passing play, went up 14-0. Buffaloes came back for halftime, tied it up by a score of 14-14. That's where it was at halftime. Both clubs have exchanged the ball a couple of times, but Thibodaux coming up with a big interception here. Of course, they put 7 points on the board to end the 3rd quarter, and they're on top of the Buffaloes by a score of 21-14. Baker having an excellent scoring opportunity here in the 4th quarter, but came up with a through an interception, and Thibodaux has moved the ball out from deep in there around their goal line all the way out to the Thibodaux 47-yard line where they got 2nd down and 6. Number 65, Fred McGee, replaces number 65, Fred McGee, replaces Darren Berninger, number 82, at the end position for the Buffaloes. Thibodaux comes up with another 1st down all the way down to the Baker 43-yard line.
Well, I think the Baker players thought that Donald Harry was going to go out of bounds and kind of eased up, and he just cut it back up the sidelines and picked up several more yards and got a 1st down.
Darren Berninger back in, replacing number 65, Fred McGee. Well, quarterback keeping the ball, picking up good yardage. Down to about the Baker. Well, I think they're going to call it the Baker 37-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Buffalo defense having all it can handle with this Thibodaux offense. Awful close to 1st down. He's going to be a little short. It's going to be up 3rd down. Ball down to the Baker. Well, just inside the 34-yard line to the 35-yard line, rather, close to the 34. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 1.5 yards.
Very important 3rd down play here for Baker Buffaloes. The defense cannot afford to let them score again.
No, it'd be awful hard to come back the way this game has gone so far tonight. Thibodaux looking much improved than when Baker beat early in the season. Well,
It's going to be close.
If he got it his 2nd effort, he got it, but I don't think he got it. He did not get it. We got a 4th down. I look for Thibodaux to go for it, John. Of course,
he lost yardage on that play.
A good punt here would put Baker deep in a hole. That would probably be the smartest thing to do. But then again, if they turn it in a 1st down, he could put 7 more points on the board. Coaching decision is to go for it. 4th and 2. 4th and 2, the ball at the Baker 35-yard line. This could be the most important play of the ball game right here. He's got it. He's got it. John, that could have been the most important play in this ball game. 4th and 2, ball carrier actually picked up about 4 yards down to the Baker 32-yard line where they have a 1st and 10. Baker 32-yard line with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this contest. Baker needs to turn the ball over, but it's hard to do when you're just running the ball. They still picked up 5 yards, John.
Somebody tried to tackle that young man by a shirt sleeve, and you're just not going to bring him down like that.
No, and the way he runs, we hadn't really got up in his numbers yet tonight.
Well, the real difference in this game so far has been the running of Donald Harry and the absence of Jeff Mulkey. The few plays that Jeff was in the game, you could see that he was very effective against Thibodaux's defense, but he's planning to play on some bad wheels, and he just couldn't go. Got that one really great 39-yard run, and he had to retire from the game.
Well, we got a draw. I tell you what, that line for Thibodaux is doing a good job of opening up the holes, and of course, Back's doing an outstanding job running the ball. Like you say, number 32 for Thibodaux, just having an outstanding ball game. It's going to be close to another 1st down for Thibodaux. I don't think Thibodaux's had a fumble yet tonight, have they?
Nobody's fumbled the ball tonight.
Kind of hard to get a turnover when Thibodaux hadn't fumbled. They just about a half a yard short on it. Well, about a yard short. Brings up 3rd and 1. Ball at the Baker 23-yard line. We got 4 minutes left in the contest. The clock's running. Buffalo's down by a score of 21-14.
Of course, anything can happen. We saw it in the closing moments of the 2nd quarter. Thibodaux looked like they were driving for another go-ahead touchdown, and then just in a blink of an eye, we had an interception and the ball went the other way. So you just never can tell what's going to happen in these high school athletics.
Well, Thibodaux realized that they were probably going to be called for the delay of the game. Quarterback wisely calling for a timeout. We've got a timeout in this contest. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the contest here at Thibodaux, where the Baker Buffaloes are down to the Tibodaux Tigers by a score of 14-21. And Thibodaux here threatening late in this contest. Thibodaux puts a score on the board here. This contest could be over with, John. The way this game's gone, been awful hard for the Buffaloes to move the ball against the Tibodaux Tigers, and so far it's been hard for us to stop this Thibodaux offense.
Oh, that's not a fumble. The young man, number 35, Lyle Purcell, was just taken off the field for Thibodaux. I think we're giving a lot of credit to Donald Harry, but the number 35, Lyle Purcell, has played a heck of a game here in the last few minutes. He's been responsible for the tough yardage, and I'm sure they're going to miss him, but we hope he's not injured very much on that play.
Good job defensively, but they got the 1st down. Number 32.
That's their money man.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that young man's a heck of a ball player, hard-nosed football player. Runs hard, he's quick.
Well, he picked up a lot of yards when we last saw him playing at Wedge Kai Stadium, but fortunately for us that night, most of the yards he was gaining was between the 20s. They just couldn't punch it in that night, and he hasn't scored any touchdowns himself tonight, but he's picked up an awful lot of yards and put his teams in position to make so many scores tonight.
Thibodaux having to call another timeout. Had a lot of mix-up on the play. We got 3 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the contest. Thibodaux has a 1st and 10 at the Baker 20. And that's Thibodaux's second timeout. Thibodaux only has one more timeout left.
It was that.
I just remember everybody up here hollering.
Yeah, when they kicked off, they got him.
Well, like we're saying, Baker sorely needs a turnover here, but it's going to be awful hard for them to get the ball back, because I doubt seriously with the success Thibodaux's had with the time left on his clock, success Thibodaux's had on the ground, that they're going to throw the ball at this point. Well, they bootleg. Quarterback picked up about 5 yards on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 5, ball at the Baker 16-yard line. As we said, so we got less than 3 minutes left in the contest. Thibodaux has not fumbled the ball offensively yet tonight. Backs doing an outstanding job of carrying the ball and protecting it. Baker has not expended any of their timeouts yet. Thibodaux's taken 2 of theirs. Clock's a definite factor in the ball game. We got 2nd down and 6.
Well, the way Thibodaux's eating the clock up, they don't even have to score again if Baker doesn't get their hands on the ball.
Number 32. Good job defensively that time. Good pursuit by number 33, Steve Jernigan. Number 6, Reggie Hilliard, in on the tackle. Ball carrier picked up about 3 yards. Let's say, well, 2 yards. Let's say it's 3rd and 3. And Baker's taking a timeout. They're first of the second half.
They need to stop the clock. Well, with that last 2-yard carry, I've got Donald Harry unofficially at 200 yards of rushing on 24 carries, Sid. That'll make your prep-tacular section of the newspaper no matter what league you're in.
How many yards?
200 yards rushing. On 24 carries, that's pretty good average.
Well, Buffaloes have got to stop them if they have any chance here. They've got to stop them. It's 4th and 3. Thibodaux gets a 1st down. They have enough time to run the clock out. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, rather. What did I say, 4th and 3? Well, why didn't somebody listen to me? Flip that down marker over.
Even if Baker's able to stop them, they're going to come out of this with most of their timeouts gone. So Baker's definitely dug themselves a deep hole. As you pointed out, that interception when Baker was down there looking like they were threatening to tie this thing up has been a pivotal play. So Thibodaux's gone from their own 1-yard line now down to the Baker 13-yard line.
Well, mix up in the backfield with Thibodaux. They tried to get it to number 35, who's back in the ball game for Thibodaux, but he was stopped short after about a yard gain. It's going to bring up 4th and a long 2. 4th and a long 2, and this is a very important play. Of course, I think the coach would have a decision to make here, John. Do you want to go ahead and kick a field goal? He should be in field goal range. We're looking at what, about a
30 yard.
About a 30-yard field goal. That would pretty much ice the ball game for him. Or do you want to go ahead and try to? Of course, a 1st down conversion here would pretty much ice it for him too. So
I think I'd go for it if I was the coach.
Yeah, I think I would too. It's not
lots of bad things can happen when you try to kick field goals. You can miss, you can get it blocked. You know, if you go for it and you don't make it, you turn the ball over to Baker on about their own 10-yard line, 90 yards away from tying the game up, or potentially Baker going for 2 points and winning the game. The percentages probably tell you what the kind of rushing team that Thibodaux's got to go ahead and go for it. I'm looking back at my stats, and
John, who would you give it to?
I don't know. I tell you what, Donald Harry is a great ball player, but little old Lyle Perkel, number 35, that went off a few minutes ago hurt, has really come up with some great plays. He's 35's gone. Here comes number 32, Donald Harry. He fumbled the ball.
Buffalo's got it. Baker's got the ball, number 62, Quincy Hall. And thank God for that, man. I tell you what, if Baker's got any chance
he made
at all,
the first down, and then he fumbled the ball when he was hit.
Somebody put an awful good hit on him. I mean, outstanding hit. Knocked the ball loose, and that's a miracle, John. These kids hadn't fumbled all night. Buffalo defense comes up here, puts a pop on him, gets that helmet up in the numbers where it should be. But Baker's got a minute and 54 seconds left to go in the contest.
90
2
yards.
timeouts left and 90 yards to go.
Nelson's sack, mighty close to the end zone line. There's no signal for safety. He's going to be down on about the 1-yard line. Well, whatever hole we were talking about before, Baker has dug himself one even deeper. It's second down and 18 yards to go.
Oh, John, you can't play defense any better than that.
Braxton was met at the line of scrimmage and got absolutely nothing. Well, there's the ball game. Nelson's dropped in the end zone for a safety. And to add injury to insult, not only do you get 2 points, you have to kick the ball off to the other team.
Well, we got a problem with the clock. They're showing 12 minutes on the clock.
Well, there was 56 seconds left on the clock when the safety took place. Well, for the seniors on the 1989 Buffalo team, that thought that we were talking about last week at Central High School has got to slowly start sinking in right now. That other than the young men who might get a chance to play college football, this is the last time you're going to be wearing a football uniform in an organized sport. This is the last time you're going to have an opportunity to represent the high school that you've loved all these many years. And it's a wonderful and a sad thing at the same time. And I want to salute all the seniors on the team. They played their hearts out this year. It looks like they're going to wind up the season 8-3, runners-up in 7 Quad A football. But I think when the season started, nobody gave them much of a chance of ending their season here in a faraway place, even being in the Quad A playoffs. So salute to the 1989 seniors of Baker High School.
Baker going to try an onside kick here. Well, they had a shot at it, John. They had a shot at it. Good try, good attempt by the Buffaloes. But the Tibodaux Tigers come up with the ball. And with 53 seconds left showing on the clock, Buffaloes defensively, certainly you don't want to see them put anything else on the board. You're right, there's no way we can pull this one out, John. 23-14. Tibodaux going down wisely.
This game is almost a reversal in score of the one that was played in Baker several months ago. Tibodaux Tigers, much improved football team. Breaks just didn't go Baker High School's way tonight. Jeff Mulkey just couldn't play tonight the way that he would like to have played. And Donald Harry, 203 yards. What can you say?
Well, John, the clock's running. He's got 20 seconds left. This probably be the last play of the ball game. He's down on his knee. And that will be the last play of this ball game. Tibodaux Tigers coming away here with a victory against the Baker Buffaloes by a score of 23-14. Well, John, I tell you what, it's been a real heck of a season for these Buffaloes. We've said this all year long. Before this season started, the schedule Baker was faced was one of the most awesome schedules that they have been faced with in a number of years, probably ever. You know, we finished this season 8-2 regular season, which is something that no one ever dreamed that the Buffaloes would do this year. You know, many people say, well, if we come out 5-5, we're doing good. They played outstanding football this year. They won some games that people didn't give them a chance of winning. You know, beating some champions. We beat some champions this year. The teams that beat us are champions. Only 3 losses this team has had this year. Of course, coming to Covington, which is district champ there. Denham Springs, which was district champ in our district. And to Thibodaux here in this playoff game, which was district champs in their district. Baker having nothing to be ashamed of at all. And I want to commend Coach Larry Thomas and his entire coaching staff, defensive coordinator Coach Milton Broussard, offensive coordinator Coach Joe Mook, as well as the entire coaching staff of Baker High School. We've named them all year long. There's no sense of going back into it now, and time just doesn't permit us to tonight. But let's commend them all for the outstanding season, and most of all, these young men out there in the playing field, because we had a bunch of kids this year, juniors and sophomores, that had to step up in leadership positions and key positions, both offensively and defensively, for this Buffalo team this year, and they did the job. And, you know, we came out with a great season, and that's all we have to say. We don't have anything to be ashamed of. We got beat by probably the most improved Quad A football team in the state of Louisiana from what I saw the first time we played them back in the 4th game of the season and beat them 29-14 than here tonight where they beat us 23-14. I can't say enough about the Tibodaux Tigers for the effort they had here tonight, and just been an outstanding season. You got any final words or stats you want to put on us?
Well, the scoreboard speaks for itself. Once again, I just want to salute all the seniors that showed leadership on this team. And like you said, we got a fine crop of underclassmen that are going to be back with us next year, and we're looking for a great season out of it. Sid, I want to thank you for letting me co-anchor with you here. I filled in a bunch of games for Greg, and I just had a wonderful time, and I hope you and Bert, who runs Treb Productions, ask me back again next year to do some more games. I really enjoyed doing Baker High School football and look forward to it.
Well, John, we've thoroughly enjoyed having you up here. It's been a pleasure. Once again, I am Sid Gautreaux along with John Brown. This is Baker High School football, brought to you by Treb Productions, locally owned and operated by Mr. Bert Carson, in conjunction with Cablevision of Baker Zachary. Once again, this is Sid Gautreaux. We'll see you back next year with the Buffalo football for 1990. And please come out and continue your support of these Buffaloes. We're looking forward to next season. Final score here at Thibodaux High School. Tibodaux Tigers 23, Baker Buffaloes 14. See you next year.
Oh, I got a live one here.